Tebe said that you need to consider marketing your brand outside Kenya. I'm going to give you, after a day of a tremendous amount of information, I'm going to give you just a little bit more on how to do that. Now, I'm going to produce some water, guys. What I would like to say is that, among many other things, I'm working on a book right now. And the book is a survey of the top 20 markets around the world, and the various media in it, how to use that media, how to use the different search engines, so forth and so on. Here it comes, thank you. And that book will be out at the end of the year. And what we're going to try to do now, in a ridiculously short amount of time, is cover the high points of our learnings. I just want to start my stopwatch so I can time myself. Cover the high points of what I've learned. Now, I'm not doing this book alone. I am doing this book with a partner. I'd like to introduce him with his company in Reykjavik. We do search engine marketing in 20 countries around the world, 20 languages, in many more countries around the world. It's the man there with his daughter squashing his nose. And I bring this up because my buddy and my co-author and my business partner, Christian, is a Viking. And besides families, besides beautiful families, one of the things that Vikings care about as much as their families is world domination. And the way to world domination on the internet now is through search engine and social marketing, but you have to know what you're doing. And I would preface this by saying that one of the other things I learned coming here on the flight on Tuesday was that I wanted to back what Tebe was saying up, because the FT had this story that there is a $900 million fund. It is the largest private equity fund, Helios Fund. It is focused now on Africa. This is your time. So, from my little perspective, how can we help? The first thing I want to tell you that everybody should understand is that marketing, global, multilingual, multi-country marketing is not for wimps. But you're not wimps. But it's also not for beginners. And you really do need to know your SEO, your PPC, all of that. And if you don't, you have to go and learn to do that before you can make use of what I'm going to tell you. All right, what we learned. 87% of the people on the world's internet use this outside the US. Well, duh, you know. But in the US, this is news. We have learned that Google and Facebook are not #1 everywhere. Almost, but not quite. We have learned that you can translate and go into other languages, but you really must localize, and to do that effectively, you must have a native speaker help. They don't actually have to live in the country anymore. One of the reasons that we're able to do so much from the office in Reykjavik is that for some reason, a lot of people want to live in Iceland. It's not really as cold as Greenland. The Vikings did that on purpose. But it is a very small cosmopolitan, a lovely island. And a lot of people have settled there from many, many different cultures. In addition, as a company, we have local people in cities around the world. So, is Google all you need? I already told you. It's not. It's nearly. That, by the way, is the Google Doodle from yesterday, from the lunar eclipse. Did anybody see the lunar eclipse? I think it was cloudy here. There is a replay of it. If you Google Google's replay of the lunar eclipse, you could hear it, along with color commentary. So here's what it looks like. Of course, you can see there's an awful lot of Google there. I don't have bad music and bears on mine, but I do have Yandex in Russia, Baidu in China. A lot of Google in Eastern Europe. There are some other smaller ones, but in fact, Google has overtaken them. Another big one is South Korea. Its Naver and Dom have 90% of the search market. So if you want to do business in any of these countries, you need to understand how to work with Yandex, Naver, Dom, and Baidu. But first, let's just start with Google. Because Google Basics, this is where you get your basic SEO. You know, the basics are you have to have crawler-friendly architecture, you need your high-quality relative content, you need authoritative inbound links, and you need to do image and video optimization for the opportunities to have your videos and images show up on the screens. You need to do a news search and EPR. These are all signals of the many, many signals that Google likes in its algorithm, and these will all help you. And in countries where Google is dominant, they are very, very helpful. However, not every country is the same.